Welcome to my channel, everybody. This is my first time uploading in a while, so I thought I'd do one right now. This is going to be my favorite and least favorite playoff overtime goals. This will include the World Cup of Hockey from 2017 and the 2010 Olympics. Now we're going to start off with number 15. That is my most hated overtime, and that is Patrick Marleau. When he scored on the LA Kings, it made me the angriest. Yeah, I was angry when Marleau scored that overtime winner. And then when LA won game 4 and 5, I was like, we got this. I wasn't worried because it was San Jose. Number 14, this was on the Montreal Canadiens, made me angry. Alex Kovalev. Montreal and Philly. I wanted Montreal out. Good thing Philly knocked out Montreal. I was really happy. Kovalev ticked me off very hard when he scored that overtime winner. I wanted Montreal out because you guys know I don't like Montreal. Number 13, Joel Otto. Series clincher. He kicked the puck in the net. Calgary, Vancouver. I really hated that overtime. Number 12, Lima. The Edmonton Oilers were made. I also hated this overtime. When Klima went out there and scored, that made me very angry. Number 11, Chris Kunitz, series winner, Pittsburgh versus Ottawa. I was angry when that happened. I wanted Pittsburgh to lose, but now that we have Chris Kunitz, I'm happy. I'm very happy that we got Chris Kunitz. Number 10, Tyler Bozak, Toronto versus Washington. I don't like Toronto, guys. Toronto is one of my most hated teams in Ontario. Let's not forget I like Ottawa. Number 9, Oleg Saprykin, Calgary versus Tampa in the Stanley Cup Final, Game 5. That was when the Calgary Flames made me very angry. And I was like, we're not going to win Game 6. And then we won Game 6 because of a controversial goal call. I thought that puck was in, but he kicked the puck in the net. Number 8, Brett Hull. I don't care what you guys say. His foot was in the crease. I'm not a Buffalo fan, but Brett Hull's foot was in the crease. Sure, I like Dallas now, but still, his foot was in the crease. Number 7, this is a 2010 Olympics goal. Sidney Crosby, the infamous golden goal led in by Ryan Miller. Winnipeg fans chirped the heck out of Ryan Miller. Number 6, Martin Jelena, Calgary, Vancouver. I wanted Calgary out. I wanted to see Vancouver play us, and then we beat them. Because I don't like Calgary a lot. I don't like them currently because of Gaudreau and Monahan. Number 5, Kasperi Kapanen, Toronto versus Washington. I wanted Toronto out, but apparently Washington just kept. But Toronto went 2-1, and then they blew it. Number 4, the Montreal Canadiens made me the angriest. Dale Weiss scoring on Tampa. But in Game 1, and that was when the Montreal Canadiens swept us out of the playoffs. I wanted Boston to beat them. But then again, Montreal beat Boston, and then they played New York. I would be like, New York's going to win. And then New York won, I was happy. Number 3 was when the Sharks made me the angriest. And Jonas Donskoi scores against Pittsburgh. When basically when Pittsburgh could have won that game. Number 2, this is a World Cup. Thomas Tatar, Europe versus Sweden. He kicked the puck in the net. I don't care what you guys say. He kicked the puck in the net. And number 1, my most hated overtime. Not Brad Marshall. Greg Marshall. New Jersey versus Tampa. I was mad when that happened. Now let's go to my favorites. Number 15, Nathan Horton. Series clincher, the Boston Bruins and the Montreal Canadiens. And the Montreal Canadiens. That was an odd time where I cheered for Boston, if you guys don't know. I was happy that Boston won. Because if you don't know, I literally hate Montreal. Number 14, Martin St. Louis, New York Rangers, Montreal Canadiens. I wanted New York to. I was like, New York's gonna win against Montreal, and they won. I went nuts. Number 13, Tom Wilson, Washington, Toronto. Washington, Tom Wilson, his first career playoff goal is an overtime winner. I was happy when that happened. Plus, Washington was my cup pick. Number 12, Brad Richards, Tampa, Montreal. 2004, when Tampa won Game 3 and swept Montreal in the playoffs, I was happy. I was really happy because Tampa fans don't like Montreal because Tampa's technically rivaled with Montreal, and that's a reason why I don't like Montreal. And the fact I wanted Tampa to win. I was happy. Number 11, Martin St. Louis, Tampa Bay and Lightning and Islanders. I was happy when the Islanders got knocked out. The Islanders were terrible because Mike Milbury ruined them. And the New York Islanders completely failed at attempting to take out Tampa in the playoffs. Number 10, Patrice Bergeron, Boston versus Toronto. This is another time where I cheered for Boston. That will happen occasionally. I wanted Toronto out because Toronto is a laughingstock. They don't do that great. They're not that good either. Number 9, Jake Gensel. I was happy when Pittsburgh beat Columbus. I wanted Columbus out because I don't like Columbus because of that 16-game winning streak, and then Washington stopped it. That's why I don't like. That's why I was happy Jake Gensel scored that overtime winner. Also, the fact that Columbus always beats Pittsburgh in the playoffs. So the fact that Pittsburgh always beats Columbus in the playoffs. Number 8. Nicholas Backstrom, Washington, Montreal. I was happy, but then they blew a 3-1 lead, and I was like, dang it. Because I wanted Montreal out of the playoffs. That's another reason why. And number 7, Paul Stastny, Colorado, Minnesota. Avs fans are going to be happy because I have a Avalanche overtime winner on the board that I like. And it's Paul Stastny. I liked Nathan McKinnon, but then Minnesota won Game 6, and then they won Game 7. That was all boring. Anyway, number 6, Patrice Bergeron, Boston versus Pittsburgh. I was happy when Bergeron scored. That was another time I cheered for Boston because I wanted Pittsburgh out. And that's what. And number 5, Brian Boyle, Tampa Bay Lightning, New York Islanders. Boyle, this basically was really good for Brian Boyle. Number 4, and this is a second consecutive overtime winner, Jason Garrison. Scores on Thomas Greiss. The Islanders lose Game 4, and then they're down 3-1, and then Tampa wins Game 5. I went nuts. Number 3, Kevin Shattenkirk, Washington versus Pittsburgh. I wanted Washington to win that series, but freaking Pittsburgh. It's always the Penguins. I feel it's always the Penguins and Rangers that kick the Washington Capitals out of the playoffs. And then number 2, Jakub Voracek, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh. I was happy. I wanted the Penguins out. They were just too annoying to go against. That's basically. And Jakub Voracek, he's my favorite player on the Flyers, if not Claude Giroux. And number 1, Martin St. Louis, Game 7 Forcer. Calgary versus Tampa. No, Tampa Bay versus Calgary. Calgary was the home team. I was happy when Tampa won Game 6. And then we won the Cup. That's why that's really high up. That's my favorite overtime winner. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys on Saturday for my season predictions. With a couple people on Discord. SportsGamer58 and NHL I Think. Hope you guys enjoy. I will see you guys next time. Bye.